If you're in a relationship and your partner is behaving like they're insecure or you have a judgment that they're insecure, guess what? You might want to look in the mirror because it might just be you that's insecure. Because as we know, everyone and everything is you pushed out. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. This is Anthony Cortino, Sacred Cobra, divorce, relationship, and spiritual awakening coach, helping you in your relationship transitions, both in and out. Let's dig in. I want to talk today about this client. I just finished up with her. She is amazing. I want to talk about this revelation that we've had several times. It keeps changing and it keeps morphing, and we keep getting the same answer, is that she and her partner are mirror reflections of each other. Here's the story. So we start off our session today because we've already dealt with all these fears and awful things going on that had to deal with her divorce situation and the way she was seeing the rest of her life and the way she has been looking at the past 25 years of her life too, right? That's where this originates. We have dealt with all these issues and gotten her into a beautiful, wonderful, satisfying, and giving relationship. But she's not used to that. So when I asked her today, hey, what are we working on? Where are we going? Take it or leave it. Let's go. She said to me, Anthony, I think I'm putting my partner to the side too much. I think that I am not giving him enough of a priority. And she started to go into the story. And I said, hold on a second. And of course, I said this to her, I'm sure that you can lay out a lot of story right now. She started laughing. And I said, but we don't care about the story, do we? She's like, no, we don't care about the stories. So give me what's going on. What's the data? And this is a great teaching piece for everybody watching. We tend to mess up our story because we don't know or unwilling to separate these pieces. It's the data, the judgments, and the feelings. When we don't separate data, judgments, and feelings, we have a statement such as, I think I'm putting my partner as secondary. I'm not making him a priority. On the surface, that sounds fine. But if it's controlling the narrative or we have a reoccurring pattern, we want to identify what's really going on. That statement is so messy that anything might be a band-aid to a temporary fix of the situation. And it's going to happen again and again until we fix the core issue. So I stopped in her tracks and said, hey, what's really going on? Let's do the work, girl. What is the data? And like most people, the first time they express data, they express a judgment. She said, I'm spending a lot more time working on my stuff and not enough time working on his stuff. And I said, wait. And I really supported her in getting some details. And so here's the detail. Data is something that 100 out of 100 people are all going to agree exactly what it is. It's a photograph. It's an image. It's not what I thought you said. It's word for word. You said this. When I heard you say this, right? I saw you do that. That is very clear. That's not the space for I think or I felt or my intuition, my body told me something. No, 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 no. That's messy. It's a trap. And if you don't know how to emotionally regulate, anytime you stretch, you're always going to think the worst. And you're going to think your gut is telling you the truth when your gut is always a liar. Your gut is always going to have you reacting to fear even when there's nothing to be afraid of. And you're going to think that was your instincts, and it's not true. It'll take you many years and many experiences before you finally wake up and go, wait a minute, I shouldn't be judging these gut reactions as if they're solid facts. They're not. So what's the data? Now, in this situation, the data was she had spent 5 days not seeing him and 2 days seeing him. Interesting. We're already uncovering a lot of messiness and getting a lot of clarity before we do anything else. This is so powerful. The transformation and the healing is instant. When we remove the noise that we're choosing to put in there based on our conditioning, based on our old habits. And in her case, these are reoccurring old patterns showing up as a different name, a different face, different layer of the same damn onion. And it's so great to see it happening again and again, because eventually we eat the whole damn onion and we're good to go. So we clarified 5 days, she didn't see her partner. 2 days, she did. Great. That's the data. Done. Great. So what's next? We go one of two directions. We can either look at the feelings first or look at the judgments. Now, if you're doing this at home or in your situation, you choose what's on top, judgments or feelings. So let's go with the judgments. We went with judgments situations. She said, I judge that he wants to see me more often. I judge that I'm not giving him enough time. Beautiful. Now, what's great about judgments is that they're opinions. They can be right or wrong. And again, separating this narrative changes lives. It can save a marriage, save a relationship. It can help you get through a crisis much cleaner without waiting until it's over to start your healing process, because that's a lie. That's never going to happen. You do it now or you do it later. You might as well do it now. It might save everything or make what you're doing easier. Give it a shot. So clearly, I judge that I'm not making my partner a priority. Beautiful. That's clean. What about him? I judge that he wants to see me more often. Great. Beautiful. Any more judgments? You always want to check and see if there's more judgments before you move on, because it'll show up again in data or feelings if you don't get them all out. So we dug deeper. Any more judgments about him or you? So the judgment about him is that he's worried. She judges that he's worried that she's going to get bored with him. She's going to lose interest in him because, right, he's saying things, doing things, and texting things, showing a lot of interest. He's always telling her that he's available. Hey, baby, what are you doing? He's giving her a lot of attention. And I want to say this is an older couple, so it's really beautiful to see older couples behaving like young couples. I love it, because I'm sorry, if you're doing what I do, working with divorcing individuals, going through a high conflict divorce, trying to be amicable or saving their relationship or saving their marriage, all that work, it's so easy to get conditioned by life. I experienced pain because of this person, place, or thing. Therefore, I'm going to be hyper vigilant to try and avoid it and push the pain away. No, manifestors, that means you're going to keep bringing it back again and again and again. She's going to be blonde this time. He's going to be tall this time. They just keep changing the names and faces, but the process is the same, because why? As Neville Goddard said, everyone is you pushed out. There are many other things out there. The mirror principle. We could just open up any book about spirituality, like the Bible, and manifesting anything current or over the last 100 years. And it's very obvious that whatever you got going on inside is always, not just sometimes, we like to get picky and choosy and decide, oh, now I'm manifesting, but now I'm not. No, it's always a reflection. So accepting responsibility that the good and the bad are all reflections of what you're thinking about yourself inside, about you and the world around you. The sooner you accept that, the sooner you can, whatever you want to call it, quantum jump to a different reality, slip through space and time, shift to a new reality because they're all existing. Pick any of them. They're all true. They're all right. Everyone's right? Every book, every religion is the same. The dogma is where it gets kind of messy. We got to integrate, bring it in, and it always works, no matter what we're talking about. So mirror principle, everyone's you pushed out. I prefer Neville Goddard because it's very clean language, and I love the spirituality piece that he brings in. My background comes from Christianity. I've also been a Buddhist leader on top of being an ordained minister. I've been through a lot of different things. Also been a men's leader in a worldwide organization where I've learned some of these techniques, but I've found some of the gaps. I've modified them to improve them specifically for relationships, those sacred relationships. And I told her, and I'll tell you, and you probably heard me say it before, if you got someone in front of you, they're your mirror. They're the best person to see what's going on inside. If you're single, the person in the mirror, that person right there, when you don't want to look at or talk to, is the best way to know what's going on inside of you. Always. It never fails. So look inside, look in your partner's eyes or your eyes in the mirror, and get the life you want right now. Not tomorrow, right now, because the truth is heaven on earth is now. Heaven on earth, heaven is already on earth. You're already there. So moving back, so we got through the judgments on this stuff with him and her. Now we went on to feelings. So the feelings, right? She said, I feel a whole lot better now, right? She feels a whole lot better because we cleaned this messy statement of hers. That work statement that she had was just, who can deal with that? We could spend hours and never find the true answer. We could find something that 10 people in a room will agree on, but it won't be the authentic answer that maybe you are truly looking for, that breaks the pattern that you've been manifesting your entire life. So she said, I feel a whole lot better. Great. Now let's try again. I asked her, how do you feel about everything we just discovered in this process? And she feels joy. She feels happiness. She feels, and I love it, I had to imitate her face. She feels like she might want to spend the rest of her life with this guy. So classic. So that's her feeling. And I just had to remind her once again, this relationship is a mirror reflection of what she's going on, what she has going on inside of her heart. And again, it's all valid. Anyone who's going through or post-divorce, 1, 2, or 3, anyone who's going through any transition anywhere, there are valid reasons to hesitate and be insecure. We're not arguing that point. We're talking about, what do you want to do about it? Do you want to stay insecure or do you want to move on? So once again, she proved to herself doing this work that every time we see her partner showing some insecurities, she's the one actually insecure, because again, we're judging his behavior, his constant people pleasing, his very giving nature. She's been judging him and noticing he's very giving, very loving. He's all into her. He'll move heaven and earth for her, but has a little bit of insecurity. But where is that coming from? It's coming from you. It's coming from me. It's coming from her, because everyone is you pushed out. We don't work on the 3D. We can't do anything about her partner. We don't try to soothe him. We say what we want to say, but if our words of affirmation don't soothe your partner, don't up the ante. Don't try harder. That's not your job. That's their job. Okay? If their happiness depends on you and yours on theirs, that sounds really nice on a Valentine's Day card, okay? But if you're dependent on each other for your joy and happiness, like Abraham Hicks has said, that means you're in charge of each other's pain and misery, and that's not real. That's not empowerment. That's conditional living, okay? Conditional living, and if we're doing that, no relationship is ever going to sustain you for your entire life. You're going to constantly be dumping each other, going through divorces and marriages, mowing through individuals left and right, trying to find someone that's going to please and validate you. And if they do, it's still only temporary. Eventually, you got to learn you're the only one that can do this work. Now, I'm not working with him, I'm working with her. So what am I saying? We got to work on you, girl. We got to work on you. So once she had the epiphany, again, that it's her insecurities showing up. And nothing wrong with that. We just need to have awareness, right? Look at it, but don't stare at the damn thing, right? It gets bigger if you look at it too much. So I asked her, what do you want, right? And the trick here, everybody listening, the answer can't be what you want from them in this situation, right? Because you can't control them. You can't affect their reality. All you can affect is your reality. They will be affected by the transformation within you. If you're watching this channel, if I'm showing up on your feed, you probably already watched 100 plus manifesting coaches say something similar. So this isn't new to you. So don't be acting surprised. If you found me and this is the first time you've ever heard of it, welcome to the channel. Welcome to Miracle Manifesting Academy. Like I said before, right? Joy. Or maybe you're triggered as hell and you're already gone. And that's okay too, because everyone is right in their own reality. So back to her and him. I asked her, what do you want? Now, she's answered this question many times before, because we have to focus on what we want. You're the only one that needs to change. If you don't know what you want, nothing changes. Now, if you don't know what you want, Don't wait and see. If you wait and see, here's what happens. Your partner or your life, something happens that you don't like. And then you're really clear on what you don't like. And you're very easily going to focus on what you don't like. So just like every manifesting coach ever told you, Earl Nightingale, Neville Goddard, Abraham Hicks, Jesus Christ, Moses, focus on what you want more than what you don't want. And that's going to happen. You just have to persist. And persistence is another word for faith. I think that is literally from Earl Nightingale when I was listening to the audiobook. Maybe it was quoting with somebody else, but it's a great quote. So take it, use it all you want. So I encouraged her once again, focus on what you want. That's how she got this far, right? When we met each other, she was going through the divorce, victim mindset, a woman of faith, gone through therapy, gone through coaches, spent lots of money before she met me, and nothing ever stuck because everyone was responding to the conditional stuff. And she has had miracles in other areas of her life and in this relationship by focusing more on what she wants. So I just encouraged her. Great. We now have a lot of clarity of this situation. You think you want to spend more time with him. You need to make him more of a priority. Before you just start turning down your friends and family for events, I encourage her and I encourage you to do the same before you make any drastic changes in your life just because you have a stray thought for a day or two or three. Get aligned, journal, script, affirmations, meditate, sleep on it. You can honestly probably pick any process and do it for the joy of it. And once you feel good, then make a choice. Ask yourself, what do I really want? They're already talking about moving the relationship forward. So of course, I reminded her, and this is for you all too, every time we move forward in a relationship or take a big step, especially if we're older and have experienced heartbreak, we tend to have fear will show up again, even if you were doing fine for a long time. Every time you move forward, something shifts, something changes. And you want to keep your awareness high and focused on you, or else patterns can show up again in our judgment of our person, our partner, our kids, our job, whenever we make a change. So as they are moving forward, I reminded her, keep revising what it is that you truly want at your core for you. Because either A, exactly gonna get it, word for word. And I gave her an example of one of my clients who wrote down his new vision, and within 24 hours, half of the vision came true because he didn't question it. He just wrote it down finally, and it happened. Why? Because it already happened in the past. It's already in the future. We're all right now. You guys know this stuff. You know this stuff. I'm not here to teach you that part. I'm teaching you how to apply these processes in the heat of the moment in your current relationship. I want everyone listening to this. Don't fall for the easy, lazy solution of, I need to be single to do my spiritual work. I have to be single and alone. I have to hide away for 6 months. There's a lot of that out on social media. That is just one of millions of ways to do it. I'd rather you get in alignment, figure out what you truly want for yourself, be empowered regardless of your person, regardless of your wife, your husband, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, regardless of the 3D experiences, the 3D reality. Then choose whether you stay or go, leave your relationship, leave your marriage, stay, go. I want you to know that when you tell your story on why you should stay or go, that's what happens. By the way, let me know if you like this new style. I'm really stretching and just trying to just no script. And I'm just going for it for the first time. If you hate it, let me know. If you love it, I'll do more. Let me know in the comments below. And if this sounds familiar, if this story sounds like you, let everybody know so we can all learn to separate data, judgments, feelings, and really lean into yourself before you make drastic changes in your relationship. So whatever you stay or go, I want you to be empowered and know it was my choice. Didn't matter what they did. I chose me, right? Don't put it on them, right? If you fail, I want you to learn from it because it's not a failure. If you win, I want you to take 100% credit for you because you did it, nobody else. So get in alignment, clean up the story, rewrite that story, because you always are every time you tell a damn story. By the way, that literally is my next video. My next video is literally about how you are always constantly rewriting the story of your best and or worst day of your life. So you might as well do it intentionally and get the results you want versus the one you keep getting, the ones you don't want. That's a whole other video. I'll definitely link it up here after I shoot that one. Hope you're having fun, guys. I'm having a lot of fun. So yeah, that takeaway, I encouraged her to really just dig in and use this moment that she's going through with her partner and her judgments of herself and him, clean it up and decide, what does she want? So what do you want in your relationship? Are you trying to get out of something and you just want to get out and be happy? Let me know. Let's get out of it and be happy now. Don't wait till the future to be happy, because that's a lie. I don't want you to find your happiness in another partner after this one ends. It's not real. It ain't true. Be happy now. If you want to save the relationship or marriage you're in right now, let's do it together. I have a relationship rescue boot camp that I run every single month. The next one is coming up in June. So check down below. I have links to get on the waiting list. It's either going to be the first or second week of June. I haven't decided yet, but it's a week long. It is at minimum the free version. There's 5 hours with me teaching you my relationship rescue framework so that you can learn the basic foundational skills to manifest change within yourself, to rescue yourself, the relationship with you in your marriage or relationship during or after, so that you know that you're good to go. Also, stay tuned. I have a divorce recovery summit. The dates are set for September. I'm bringing in many of my divorce professional experts, therapists, attorneys, co-parenting specialists, etc., other coaches like myself, who we're going to be focusing on the recovery process. When? Now. You can go through a divorce and start your healing journey right now. Don't wait until the divorce is over to do this work. It ain't going to work that way. Do it now or do it later. So you might as well do it now. And if you have kids, I encourage you, do it now. Your kids' lives will be forever changed when they watch you do your emotional regulation, when you protect yourself and them in a healthy, resistance-free way, when you lean into your faith more than you ever have before, and when you manifest miracles. And I've seen with my divorce clients, a high percentage of y'all might just reverse a divorce and go to court and say, never mind, I'm good to go. Give it a shot. This is Anthony Cortino, Sacred Cobra. You're sacred, you're worthy, and you are loved. We'll see you next time. Cheers.